engines for growth. Ken Rogoff of Harvard sat in your chair at the start of the week, and he said he's not sure where growth is going to come from. That's an economist. You're running a business. Where's the growth coming from?
That's the difference between someone who runs a business, right, and an economist. We've talked about AI all week long. Yeah. It's a big opportunity for us, and I think that you'll just continue to see new opportunities emerge, things we don't even understand yet, applications that we haven't seen that are going to take advantage of what's going on in AI over the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months. Cybersecurity is an incredible area of investment for our customers, particularly as generative AI helps the bad people be worse people and make them better at what they do. And we have to really come together as an industry and work hard to protect our customers. So cybersecurity is a big one. I think all of our customers continue down this journey of thinking through how their applications are architected and where they reside. Are they in the cloud? Are they in the private cloud, public cloud? Which public cloud? Or am I consuming them as a SaaS application? And hybrid work is still in place. So there's still a lot of positive out there.
How many years have you been coming to Davos?
This is my 11th.
Okay, so it's been 11 years. Yeah. This Davos feels a little bit different, like people are actually just trying to get a lot of deals done and try to figure out exactly what to lock in. Do you get that feeling too?
Well, I think somebody asked me earlier about whether this felt like a normal Davos, and I think it seems busier, first of all, this year. And I do think there's a lot more tangible business discussion, I think, going on than you might see normally. But there's also a lot more to talk about with all the complexity going on. You've got elections, you've got the Middle East situation, you've got Ukraine, you've got are we going to cut rates? You've got AI. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. There's just so much to talk about.
What's going to affect your business most? I mean, are you expanding more in certain regions to avoid some of the conflicts that you keep seeing? Or are you basically just sort of keeping an eye on all of this and then chugging forward with continuing to try to hire the best cybersecurity people and move forward with all of the different programs that you've been working on?
Yeah, I would say that we're investing in areas where we do see growth. We're investing a lot in AI. We're investing in cybersecurity, the same areas that I talked about earlier.
In which regions?
Which regions? It's pretty. I'd say it's pretty well balanced. The AI specialists tend to get hired where we have engineering hubs, so that's first and foremost. But we've also, because of what we saw in the pandemic, I think every company's been diversifying geographically relative to their supply chains, so that, as we've talked about before, no one ever designed a supply chain expecting an entire country to shut down. So we had to make some changes to that, and we continue to work through those kinds of things. You've
been going through a big transition for quite a while, going towards software, towards recurring revenue. We've been talking about this for years together.
We have.
Is that transition complete now? Are you comfortable with where you're at?
We've made a ton of progress. When we get the Splunk acquisition completed, we'll surpass $20 billion in software sales as a company, which puts us somewhere in the top 6, 7, I don't know, something like that. So, but there's still more to do. There's still more software assets we can build organically, probably some inorganic stuff we can do. But at the same time, with the AI explosion, we're a significant recipient of the infrastructure benefit underneath the GPUs in both the web scale as well as ultimately in the enterprise. So our hardware business, which in some cases has subscriptions associated with it, in some cases do not, we think that both of them can grow over the next few years.
This is a tough question to answer, but do you think investors have fully internalized your view on where things are going and your message?
I think they've internalized the message. I think they're just looking for, one of the things that we've talked about is that this transition to software should give us more predictability and less volatility. And we've seen that come into play, but we still probably have a little bit too much. And so we've been rewarded for what we've accomplished. And I think as we continue to do that, we continue to deliver, you'll see that in the future.
You know, from being here for a couple of days, everyone wants to be a part of the AI story.
They do.
What surprised us, and I speak for myself, what surprised me last year is how quickly it became real. It wasn't just a story that companies were selling, it was something they were monetizing, and the growth was exponential in some cases. Yeah. NVIDIA, a great example of that. Can you walk us through on where you're seeing actual real tangible growth right now off the back of what's developing?
Yeah, I've actually told my team you're not allowed to espouse about AI unless you follow it with a tangible way that we're implementing whatever you were talking about, because there's so much noise in the system. Look, I think if we're building the infrastructure that's going to support underpinning all the AI networks. So that's happening today. We're running pilots right now with web scale players. We're working on a lot of design around future integrated stacks that we're going to take to the enterprise to help them do it. Secondly, we're looking at how we can deliver a better customer experience for our customers by leveraging Gen AI, which every company is or should be doing. We're building security assistance, as an example, to help customers navigate all the security tools you have and actually make sense of a lot of it more rapidly. We're doing the same in collaboration. We're transcribing meetings, and so there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. But I do think some of the greatest applications, we have no idea what they are yet.
Which is something definitely that's been a theme.
This thing is early. It's super early.
One thing that's early maybe is that HPE is coming for you more aggressively. They bought Juniper Networks last week, and they said that they're going to be able to compete more directly with you. So what's your response?
We love good competition.
What's your way? What's your way of gaining some of the market share in a highly competitive market?
Look, I think that we have competed with both HPE and Juniper in the past, so I don't know that it changes a lot for how we think about competing with them, to be honest.